I had a dream a couple of years ago about Jesus' return. I don't remember all of it, but what I do remember shook me to the core. And I'd like to share that with you now. If you see me looking down, I'm just reading it because I wrote it down in detail back when I had the dream. In the dream, I was in a place where there were a lot of people. It may have been a mall. People were just going about their business when suddenly everything went dark and the ground began to quake. People started screaming and freaking out. But then the lights came back on. And then people just started to go about their business like nothing just happened. I started screaming in the dream. I started screaming saying, "This was a warning. This was a warning. Jesus Christ is coming back. You don't have time to go back to your sin-sick lives." Then everything went dark again. And the ground shook. And I think I remember hearing a trumpet. I looked out the window of this place, and I looked up and I seen the angels and Jesus in the sky. I'll be honest, I got afraid, and I started to run at first. But then a voice in my head said, very calmly, "Why are you running?" I stopped running, and I was no longer afraid, but I started crying. I turned around, and an angel was coming near me. I fell to the ground on my face weeping, and I said to the angel, "I just want my family saved. I just want my family saved." And then I woke up. I know a lot more happened in the dream, but I don't really remember it all. I just wanted to record what I do remember. I haven't had a dream like that since I was a little kid. It felt so real. And I'm still a little shaken writing this. I'm still a little shaking talking about it. And I had this dream like back in 2018, I believe. Jesus is coming back, people. This is real. I don't know when, but he is. Just look at how crazy this world has gotten just in 2020. The signs are all around us. Now, like I said, I don't know when Jesus is coming back. Nobody does. I'm not going to set a date and saying he's coming now or next week or in a year from now or whatever. I don't know. But I do know we're getting closer and closer to that time. And I just pray that my family will be right with God. I pray that I will be right with God. I pray that you out there would be right with God. I pray that your families will be right with God. This is serious. I've been hearing about the Lord's return since I was a little kid. And I always believed it growing up. I believed he was going to come someday, but I didn't seriously think he was going to come in my lifetime. But now, I don't know. Just look at everything that's happening in the world right now. I mean, yes, we've always had problems. But what's going on now is insane. We have the COVID virus. There are earthquakes going on almost every day now. I always see a new story about an earthquake somewhere on the computer every day. We have these riots going on. There's a threat of war going on in other countries. There's just so much going on now, all at once. It's like every time you turn around, there's something else happening. Get right with God. Get right with God while you can. Do it now. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You don't know if you will even be here tomorrow. Get right with God. Jesus Christ is coming back. And this can be something good. For those of us believers, this could be wonderful. For those who aren't believers, it's not going to go so well for you. Get right with God. Get right with Jesus.